Alex Neil, that was a pulsating game to watch. How happy or otherwise are you with a point?
I think it's sort of a mixture of emotions, really. Obviously, we started the game extremely poorly. The goal we conceded's poor to say the least from us, certainly that early in the game. But then I thought the response from that point onwards to half-time was great. You know, we get ourselves back in the lead against a good side at this level. And I think second half, we started okay, and as the half wore on, I thought they put us under more pressure. And I think the disappointing thing was, obviously, we had quite a few injured tonight. Like proper first-team players that would either be certainly starting or definitely on the bench. So to have 5 or 6 out proved to be difficult, I thought. And then obviously we'll get a lot of our younger lads on the pitch at the end of the game, and I thought we had to hold on and make sure we scrapped and sort of seen the game out.
That was a terrific response, wasn't it, early in the game? Behind so early, but you were leading before the 20th minute.
Yeah, and like you say, I think certainly in days gone by, a few months ago, that first goal we would have been deflated about it. I thought we looked nervy to start with. You know, I thought the first 5 minutes we made uncharacteristic errors from us, and it let them into the game without them really having to do anything special. Do you know what I mean? It was just sort of not making clean contact with the ball, maybe making a couple of poor decisions. Silly things like that, and yeah, I thought once we settled down and got that goal, then we really kicked on. I thought from then to half time we were excellent.
I suppose after all the spectacular goals on Saturday, it was typical you should get 2 tap-ins today, but they were impressive in their own way, weren't they? Cameron Jerome's hard work.
Yeah, you know, we spoke about getting down the side, we spoke about power and pace. Obviously the team selection was very different from the other day, and I felt that getting down the sides of them with that power and pace, that was certainly causing problems, and it did the last time as well. You know, we scored 2 or 3 goals up there with that type, and then later on we have to then change, because obviously boys are getting tired, and we have to try and freshen it up and keep fresh legs on the pitch to get about, but equally we then have to forgive our sort of size and stature because of what we had, and I think it proved to be difficult then.
And just a word on John Ruddy today. He made 2 or 3 outstanding saves.
Yeah, I thought John had a really good game. I said that to him afterwards, so he can certainly be pleased with his contribution.
Yeah, and what about the injury situation? No Pinto, no Oliveira today. Do either of those look serious ones?
Yeah, well, obviously Nelson we're going to have a look at, and we need to get that foot scanned, so I don't think that's going to be good news if I'm being honest. I think Evo, hopefully, will be touch and go for the weekend. Stephen Naismith's still not right, I'm not sure he'll make the weekend. Graham Dawns is still a few weeks away. Yusuf Malumbu isn't right either, doing his thigh's still causing him problems. So yeah, they're certainly racking up in terms of injuries if you look at that, the names that I just mentioned there, because they would certainly be in about our team.
Yeah, what is the problem with Oliveira?
His foot. It happened in the first half, and to be honest I'm really surprised he continued to the rest of it, because we think there might be a damage with a bone in there.
So that you could be looking at most of the rest of the season, if your worst fears are confirmed there with him.
Yeah, well, it depends how bad it is. I think probably talking maybe 4 to 6 weeks.
Interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. And just a final word on today. Newcastle, they were top of the table. You went toe-to-toe with them for long periods, didn't you? You must take heart from that. Yeah,
we did. And like I say, I think we've still got other guys to come into the squad and into the team as well. So I thought Stephen Whittaker was excellent tonight, you know, for a guy who's not played in a bit of time to come in and apply the skill the way he did. I thought he did extremely well, so I was really pleased with him.
We're just talking about the feeling of the place. It's changed so much, hasn't it, over the last couple of months, the way that your team was applauded off tonight?
Yeah, I think the fans appreciate that the lads gave everything they can give, and that's all you can ask for as a fan or as a manager or anything else. So I think collectively we all know what we're trying to do. I think everybody's putting every effort into doing that, which is pleasing, because it didn't feel that way maybe a few months ago. It was a bit disjointed, and we've managed to pull it all back together, and everybody's pushing the one way, which is nice.
Yeah, we just had Cameron Jerome in here, and he was talking about the rotation policy. You've mixed and matched for certain games, and he feels you're getting more out of the players through that. Yeah,
I think going again with the close proximity of the games, particularly the way we play, because we want to hunt and press the ball and get after teams, and when you're doing that against good sides and sides who have got energy like Newcastle, lads can't do it 2 and 3 times a week. I mean, I know people will say, oh, they did it years ago, but the simple fact is that the game nowadays is 80% more sprints nowadays than what it had, I think, 10 years ago, and that tells you how much harder they're having to work in terms of intensity.
And the injury list you've mentioned, that I suppose, proves how tough it is in the Championship, why you have to take players out the firing line.
Yeah, and like I say, we had a couple of younger lads. You know, Alex has played 2 back-to-back games now for the first time in a long time, and then I had to put him on again tonight. Josh played his first 90 minutes at the weekend there as well, and then we've had to try and use him tonight. And obviously Kyle's not played a whole lot of football, and Kyle's coming on at the end as well. So, we just need to make sure that we keep everybody fighting, fit and fighting, ready to go.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.